Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our special mini healing today on May 17th. And unfortunately, I'm having some technical difficulties, but it's been a month and a half since I've had technical issues. So, can you put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me? Because I'm hoping YouTube works and maybe we're just blocked on Facebook. So I'm going to just put a post out on Facebook about issues. So sorry about that. Connect to me on YouTube. Oh, that's so frustrating. Especially since I put a cool post out on Facebook. Oh, hang on, guys. I'm probably going to get some feedback. I just need the link. It's always something, though, isn't it? Okay. I think. All right. So I'm going to go back. Oh, good. So you can at least hear me. So, I reached out to my streaming service the last time it happened. They told me what to do, but it totally screws up YouTube. So, oh well. So, welcome. It's Sunday night. So, a special little mid month mini healing. So, we're going to have some fun. I know I got a request to do good luck, bad luck button. Would you believe tonight is show number 192? So I got my little book, May 17th. So if you notice, I have a different background. I am at my family's property in Wisconsin. I call it a wood tick farm. It is so gross. Living in town, I don't have to deal with wood ticks. Here, wood ticks everywhere. So, and they like me and they like Duncan and Dexter. So this is actually my great grandfather's property. So it's sort of nice, but I could do without the wood ticks. So that's why my background is different. So can't really see. There's all trees and woods behind me. And you probably even hear, and it's a log house, so you can see a little bit of the log. And you might be able to hear the traffic because even though we're out in the country, there's a very busy highway, and it's a highway that, especially Sunday nights, people with vacation homes in northern Wisconsin use this. So it's very pretty. So yes. So if you are new here, I see a few new names, so that is exciting. So we're going to start by doing a healing pulse, and then we will do individual healing, and then at some point we'll do good luck, bad luck, and then I'm going to talk about my little. I sort of teased last time I was going to do a drawing for a free short session because I want to show people an example of what a session is like. And so I've got, of course, I post on Facebook because I'm going to do the random picker using a Facebook post. I am still in the process of creating a YouTube video that talks a little bit about it. So I'll put a link out on that, but that is, I had not planned on Facebook not working. So, but of course. So we're going to start with the healing pulse. The healing pulse is a fabulous energy that goes to where you direct the energy to go. So if you've got something physical going on, I highly suggest you try it. If you have something emotional going on, say you're feeling sad. When you're feeling sad, where do you feel it? Or this is my most common one that I usually give as an example for me, is if you're anxious, where do you feel the anxiety? So for me, I feel it in the pit of my stomach. So that is where I'm going to focus on. So what I want you to do is rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. So like for me, if it's going to be the pit of my stomach, or if I banged my elbow, it's there. Or if you're not really sure, usually I say third eye or heart. So place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And the most important part is to allow the energy to flow. And so those of you who are sensitive might feel tingles or heat. Most people feel more after like the second or third healing pulse, which we will do tonight. And so just allow that energy to flow with each breath in. Imagine the energy going deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing what needs to be released. I've got to itch my head. We just went walking around the property, so the dogs would be quiet while I'm here. And so I just feel things creepy crawling on me. Oh, so sorry. Totally distracted. So, but keep imagining that energy flowing. So breathing that healing energy in and releasing energy out. Open and allowing. Open and allowing. And that is our first healing pulse. Let me know how you did. As I said, usually the second or third pulse, people feel a little more. And it's the nice thing about that is it's just a short little quick thing. Welcome. Tug, good to see you. Got some familiar names and some new people. So welcome everybody. So let's start with our individual healing. So I've got my book. So if you're new and just want to hang out and see what goes on, or if you want to jump right in, put what you want to work on. And we will get started. My next show will be on June 1st. Well, thank you. So yesterday I started getting notices because Honey Golden posted for me that I was doing this. And so people were signing up for my newsletter, but then I was getting error messages through that service provider. So it's MailChimp saying that people are not getting welcome emails. So just know I'm aware of something changed because I had an automated welcome, because you will get a link that gives you 3 healing pulses. So Tug, did you get anything back that said it was from me once you signed up for that? So I think I need to go back and write down, because there was like 5 or 6 people that signed up in the last couple days that it said they did not get a welcome email, which I think I set that up like 2 or 3 years ago. So, but I'm glad people are signing up because I'm probably going to do some little special thing. I am really bad at doing newsletters. I thought if I tell people I'm going to do it monthly or quarterly, and it's probably been 6 months, but I just need to make myself do it more. Okay, so Nick wants greater ease and comfort overall. Oh, and I missed one too. I will be. So with this, sometimes when things scroll a bit, so hold on here. I don't think I have anyone. Let me just go back to the beginning. Ooh, got the South represented in Louisiana and North Carolina, Tennessee. That's nice. You probably didn't, Tug, if you signed up yesterday or today. There's some glitchy thing. I don't know why. Because for years it automatically. Okay. Is it Dina Darby? So this is Dina's. Or is it Denna? A unique name. Mom and her back. But what about you? Dina? Denna? Give me a phonetic way to say that. Back and hips. Back and hips. Normally I don't typically work on just people that aren't here, but this is sort of low key. So I don't mind doing this quite as much as like in a regular session. I typically don't, because that's a little bit more intense, but this is just a random trapped emotion. Okay, so I've got Dina, Denna, Derby. Got Emphatha. Oh, there's Colette. All right, Tug of Light. Left shoulder in front. So sometimes when you're working on an area and it maybe gets a little better, but then later it gets a little worse. There's probably some layers, and sometimes there's even some non-related things that need to be dealt with before. But we'll do the best we can, Tug. So you've got additional questions. Is that left shoulder issue emotional? Bone spur pulled? Good questions. Always good to explore the whys. Okay, Marie Claire. Extreme fatigue. Okay, we'll work on that. I know that's been one of my issues for the last month or so. Okay. Mary Perry. I like the rhyme there. Neuropathy pain. Is that in your feet, Mary? Dana. Okay. Done. Nice. That is a unique name. So we're going to put back for you too. Angel Knight, welcome. All right, you've got lung stuff. And Jeffrey's got tummy stuff. Okay, Dana, right knee. So I'll put down both, and if they're related to the same thing, we'll do both. Otherwise, I'll focus on the one that's I get that we need to work on first. Sometimes it's a matter of timing. So I just trust whatever comes up um, if we need to work on it first or. Okay. Going to be a little quiet just because this isn't my regular first of the month, which is good for you guys. So, because that means we usually do extra stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with Dana and her mom. She's got issues with her back and hip, so I'm going to check and see if it's related to the same thing. So I'm looking for root cause, typically emotions. So in a regular session, I focus on more than emotions, but for the sake of expediency, it's easy just to work on trapped emotions, and sometimes it does really help. Sometimes it needs more, or there's layers. So with Dana, I can't work on your mom's back and hips. Let me see which one is more important for us to work on. We're going to work on her hips. And sometimes, because if you've got back issues, you need to look at your foundation, which sometimes it's feet, sometimes it's knees, sometimes it's hips. So let's see. Oh, and there's Colette. Colette's got back issues too. All right, so let me see where my paperwork is. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to find the trapped negative emotion. And I think I'm going to use the big list since we're just a small group. My regular list is the emotion code chart, which is like 60. But you know me, I tend to tweak my tools to make them more effective. So we're going to use, I have a list of like 400 negative emotions. So we'll do that. So we'll find the trapped emotion. Ooh, Mary Perry. And your neuropathy in the feet. And I think that's pretty much the most common, but some people have hands. All right, so I've got the trapped emotion. Let me get an age for your mom, Dana. So this is from around age 48. Ages are the hardest thing, but usually I like to think I'm fairly accurate within a year. And so it's the trapped emotion of worry around age 48. So 47, 48, 49, somewhere in there. Usually it's an event or an occurrence that she had a lot of worry around. So, and what I request is if you have healing in your background and you know how to work with releasing, go ahead and just help me with that. I've realized that I could just go ahead and release it, but it's more powerful if we do it together. And so if you don't have healing in your background, things like a prayer or a wish or a request to source or to God, that this be released is very helpful. All right, so we're going to release the energy of the trapped emotion of worry for Denisma. Thank you for giving me her name, Denna. So that's Margaret. And so we're also going to replace it with the energy of being focused. And that's sort of a general term, but what I think is important about it is focusing on something else. Something sort of like a distraction, but a pleasant distraction. And so we're instilling that sense of focus and allowing that to assist Margaret. I've had a few people tell me I've been pretty good with ages lately, so I do like that feedback. It just helps me know that I'm on the right track. All right, so that's for Denna's mom. Next, we've got Nick. Nick wants greater ease and comfort. Let's see what comes up for him. I know for me, the ages are the coolest part because it's like, Yeah, because I do this. Sometimes I do this on myself. So, and it's like, okay, where was I living? What was I doing? Who was I around? And, most of the time it doesn't really matter, but sometimes it's just really interesting. Okay. Working on Nick. I've got a really young age for Nick. I'm going to use 9 with this. All right, so with Nick, I'm getting age 9. I'm mocked. So I don't know if he was teased, because sometimes kids can be so awful, but sometimes it's family. So I'm getting mocked around age 9. So 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. And so we're going to replace that energy because when you think about when people make fun of you and tease you and are nasty about it, it really sort of sucks your energy. And it's harder to move forward and be passionate and excited about life when you've got this nastiness going on around you. So we're going to take away mocked, but we're going to instill this sense of being vital within Nick. All right, so releasing and removing mocked. And then we're instilling vital within Nick. Okay, I'm getting that instilled. And so let me go through the rest of my list to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. So next I've got Emphatha, then Tug of Light, Marie Claire, Mary Perry, Denna, Angel, Jeffrey, and Colette. So if I didn't say your name and I missed you, please put what I should be working on in the comments. All right, so Emphatha, we're going to do yours. And then when we come back, we'll do Tug of Light, Marie Claire, and Mary Perry. So let's see what Emphatha's got. So she's looking for peace and prosperity. I think that's wonderful. Okay, almost there. This is going to be an interesting interpretation. So, Emphatha, I'm getting this to be from around age 23. So 22, 23, 24. And I'm getting the energy of frigid. And so with that, I think, especially if you're younger or inexperienced, but maybe it's not necessarily you, it's maybe that you're not with the right partner. And so what we're replacing that energy of frigid with is forceful, which is sort of weird. But I think part of you knew it wasn't quite right, but you tapped it down. And so the forceful part is you tuning in to what's in your heart, because I think you knew. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? So Emphatha wrote, so I'm getting frigid at 23 or so. So Emphatha wrote, she was about to get married, and right after I knew I made a mistake. 100% spot on. Wow. So this is just a reminder. You need to forcefully follow your heart, but especially when you're Catholic, because growing up, all my friends were Catholic, and they were so locked into what you were supposed to do. Wow. Thank you for that feedback and sharing. I really appreciate that. Oh, Susie got missed. So sorry about that, Susie. So I'm adding Susie. Tension. And then we will be doing the next healing pulse. Left lower back. Back. Rear hip. And again, I'll look and see, are they all related to something? So with this next healing pulse, Susie, this is where you want to focus. The left lower back and rear hip. So let's do our next healing pulse. And so if you've just come in, you're going to focus the healing pulse on where you want to receive the energy. So I want you to rub your hands together. Now, if for some reason you can't reach, say you're really stiff and you want to reach your feet, but you can't, or there's a certain part of your back you can't. Oh, did I get too excited that I didn't? Sorry, Mpatha. All right. Let's do it together. We're going to release frigidity. I got so excited about your answer. I totally thank you for reminding me. So releasing frigid. And then we're going to instill that energy of forceful and following your heart. Okay, again, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so going back to our second healing pulse. So if you can't reach the area that you need to, or say it's something in your head, you need to imagine that you are reaching it. You know, that area in the middle part of your back that not everybody can reach, or your feet. Imagine that you're touching it. So I want you to rub your hands together. And if you can, place your hands exactly where you need to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours and just allow the energy to flow. That's the most important part, is allowing. And just breathe in. Imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing. Maybe you're releasing energy that is done. Maybe you're releasing something that maybe wasn't even yours. So just breathe in and breathe out. Open and allowing. Just allow that energy. So if you are a person that enjoys breath work, I would suggest doing that at this time. I often suggest the box breath. Pretty basic and simple. Just allow. So with the newsletter, the free newsletter that you sign up for, you do get a private video that you can access through YouTube, and it's got 3 healing pulses right in a row. Because with that, so you do the first healing pulse and then you evaluate. You see, did whatever you're working on, is it the same? Did it move? Is it less? Because sometimes, especially like if you're dealing with pain and discomfort, sometimes it will shift. And so when it does shift, you're going to chase it and adjust your placement of your hands. And the same thing then with after the second healing pulse, then you evaluate. Is it the same? Did it move? Did it lessen? And then you'll do the same with the third healing pulse, adjust your hand positions. So, all right. So that was healing pulse number 2. Let me know how you did. And we've got Tug of Light next, and then Marie Claire and Mary Perry. So Tug of Light, so she's been working on this front left shoulder for a while. And so she's asking, is this emotional? Is something pulled? Is it like a bone spur? And sometimes it's like a combination of all of these. And sometimes it's things that are not covered in the emotion code. And even though I'm using a much different list, sometimes it's like a past life thing. Sometimes it's a generational trauma thing. So let's see. So before I tune in, I'm going to just ask, is it more emotions that's continuing to hold that issue? Do you get yes? I did not, Angel. You've got about 4 people ahead of you. So I'm getting it's emotional. So when I asked, is there like a pulled muscle or something like that? And we definitely, yes, are doing good luck, bad luck tonight. Oh, did you see a little Duncan's tail? He's got a little orange tail with white at the tip. Okay, it's not something pulled. And you're asking, is it a bone spur? I'm not getting bone spur. And so with the layers, so layers are hard to access every single one because sometimes the layers aren't ready to be released. Sometimes the layers are sort of intertwined with something else. And so you've got to work on multiple things. So I'm going to just check and see if it will, what it'll tell me, knowing that I'll probably get an answer that isn't always the full story. But knowing that, I think the answer is helpful. So let's see how many layers of trapped emotions do we have to resolve to help Tug. And then sometimes things need to happen in the right order. Say you've got 5 trapped emotions, but maybe in the middle of it, there is something else that is not a trapped emotion, but you need to get there to work on that next thing. So let's just see, though, how many trapped emotions right now. So I currently get 2, but again, just be aware, especially if there are recent things going on, sometimes, especially until you're done healing a situation, sometimes the emotion won't release. Oh, so Tug is asking another question. Is her shoulder keeping her from joining in a workout group? Is it fear or protection? I get no to fear. I do get yes to protection. So maybe you just haven't found the right group. Or maybe it's a different type of workout group. Like is it chair yoga? Or is it, something that you're not quite thinking of? All right, so let's find what the negative emotion is for Tug for this time. Oh, and this is going to be an inherited trapped emotion. Interesting. So let's see what it is. Oh, it's the energy of unhappy. So let's see where this came from. Is this mother's side? Father's side. So father's side, did it start with father? Yes. How old was father? He was like 26. So some type of event happened to your dad around 26, so 25, 26, 27, something in there that caused great unhappiness. And with this type of trapped emotion, because it's inherited through the bloodline, if you have other siblings or if you have children, and you did say you have kids, some of them might have this too. So what we're going to do is when you help me release it, we're going to release it from anyone affected in your bloodline. Let me just find the positive though. We're going to still replace it with a positive. Oh, I like this one. We're going to replace it with the energy of serenity, serene. Okay. All right. So, Tug, we're going to release the energy throughout your bloodline of unhappy. So, releasing from your dad. And even if he's no longer here, we're still going to release it from his life and anyone from your family affected. So releasing and removing unhappy. And then we're going to replace it with the energy of serenity and peace. I like that. Okay. Next, Marie Claire wants to work on, she's had some extreme fatigue. And I think, last month we did, let me just check and see. So I can't remember how far back. Fatigue from March. Extreme fatigue from February. So you definitely have many layers. But know that I think it's a combination, which almost makes it worse. Extreme fatigue, ascension symptoms, and then your own personal life and trapped emotions and other events that have caused you to be super sensitive. So, and then people talk about the Schumann resonance too, or resonance. So lots of crazy things. So, I mean, people online say that we're coming through it, but it seems to take forever, doesn't it? So let's see. So I know I have been on a show a few times. I think will this be my third time? I'm on a show called Higher Vibrations. I've been doing it once a month since January, Mila, and it's on YouTube and Facebook too. But she also has an ascension show on YouTube that she talks about ascension symptoms. So, but I'm still getting that trapped emotions are playing a role. Oh, and I get the energy of mean. Let's see what age that is, because that'll give us some guidance. Oh, you were 6. That's awful. All right, so let me find a positive. Okay. All right, so I'm getting mean around age 6. So 5, 6, 7. And we had that, something similar to that with Nick. He was 9 and he had mocked. So you've got mean age 6. So 6 would mean somewhere 5, 6, 7. So, just nasty, picked on. So what we're going to do is we're going to release that. And then we're going to fill you up with faith that things will get better, because it will. It's just this human time. Sometimes it's so frustrating that some things just seem to take forever. So tune in, Marie Claire, and release that mean energy from when you were just tiny. So releasing mean. And then I want you to fill yourself up with the energy of faith. And I would like you to feel like a warmth in your heart. Oh, I'm so sorry, Marie Claire. My friend talks about Catholic nuns, and they were very mean. They had rulers, and they should not have been teaching. I'm sorry that happened to you. So, but just release the energy of mean. And it seems funny because you're Catholic school and the teachers, to replace it with faith. But I think I'm not talking religious faith. I'm talking faith in source, faith in God, faith in the ultimate power. So because you don't need a separate connection to have faith, you can have a direct connection. So just breathe that in. So we're going to do Mary Perry, and then we're going to do our third healing pulse. Oh, and the teachers were nuns. That's what my friend, she said the nuns were awful. So awful. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go on with the Catholic religion. Luckily, I was not Catholic, but all my friends growing up were, so I heard all of it. I was lucky I didn't grow up with like the Catholic guilt. All right, so Mary Perry, got neuropathy on your feet. So let's see. So then we'll do this, and then we'll do the next healing pulse. Wow. So Tug just wrote something about her dad because she has an inherited trapped emotion of unhappy. She says that's when she was young, one, because he was like 26. And his business was stolen by a partner. Continuing theme. Oh, Tug, that's so sad. There are a lot of nasty people in this world. I'm really sorry that affected your whole family. Okay. So we're still doing Mary Perry. I just need to find the right trapped emotion. Almost done. Oh, I like this, Mary. Okay, so I'm getting mad around age 16. So 15, 16, 17. And usually it's an event. Although when you think about female or teenage hormones, it might have been a time of life where you were just mad. But most of the time, when I get an age and an emotion like this, it's usually something happened. So, but it's releasing the energy of mad. So once we release that, we're going to replace it with the energy of being wonderful. So let's tune in and release mad. We're going to replace it with wonderful. Okay, so that has been released. And so when we come back from our third healing pulse, we've got Denna, Angel, Jeffrey, Colette, and Susie. So let's do our third healing pulse. And so I want you to rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Now, if you decided you want to do somewhere new, just pick a place or do like your head or your heart. So place your hands and then imagine my hands on yours. And just allow that energy to flow. Just breathe in the healing. With each breath in, it goes a little deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing. And just allow that to flow. In and out. Most people with the healing pulse tell me that they experience something right away, but every once in a while I get someone that says, no, it showed up like 12 hours later, which is very interesting. But there are also some that this doesn't resonate, but it's sort of like traditional medicine. Not everything works for everyone. So part of it is just finding your way. Okay, so that was our third healing pulse. Let me know how you did. Did you notice a difference between the first, second, and third? Or was it sort of similar? Or do you feel like you reached different levels? All right, so Denna is next. So we've got back and right knee. So I'm going to see if they are related. And I get they are. So is there one trapped emotion for both at this level of healing? Currently, yes. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so I've got my trapped emotion. Let me just all right. So let's do Denna's, and then I've got a few comments too. So with Denna, there was an energy around 23. So 21, 20, or so 22, 23, 24. And it was misused. And so typically an event where you were misused. And so we're going to release that, but we're going to give you the energy of fulfilled. And so that totally eliminates that being misused. So we're going to tune it and release misused. That released. And then we're going to replace it with the energy of fulfilled. Okay. So Angel, Jeffrey, Colette, and Susie are next. So let's just see, because I missed some comments. Oh, and Tug gave some greater insight. Left side, mother's side. No idea it was a father wound. So I know there's a lot of talk about mother wound, but don't get too hung up with you've never heard of a father wound because it sounds like you have it. Yeah, it really weighed on him and your mom. Oh, that's just so tragic. I'm glad we were able to release it tonight and help your family heal, Tug. It's like, oh, okay. And so here is another one. Gina, I had a really bad headache in my neck. It helped. Thanks. I'm glad I could help. All right. And so there's Fatha. So I felt very peaceful. Nick says, thank you. Age 9, he was bullied at Catholic school. He liked Vital. Said what you said was exactly right. Cool. I'm not always right, so I like hearing when I'm right. Very nice. Okay. So Angel is next. She's got some lung stuff going on. So let's see what's going on with that. So I do get there's a negative emotion contributing to that. Okay. So I've got this. I'm just going to age. All right, so Angel. This matches up sort of cool. So I'm getting around age. Sorry, I wrote down a number, but I don't remember that's what the number was. So I'm checking to see, did I make up the number or did I? Okay, it is the right age. Okay, so I'm getting unimportant around age 12. So 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there where you did not feel important. And so that's playing a role. And so we're going to take that out, but we're going to also instill within you a sense of value and being valued. So let's release and remove unimportant. And we're going to replace it with that feeling of value. And I'd like to think that it sort of fills you up, like fills up your heart. And it's the opposite of unimportant because you are important. All right, so Jeffrey's next. Jeffrey's got some tummy stuff going on. So let's see what comes up next. So I'm getting. So I've got the emotion. Let me just get the age. Okay, so with Jeffrey, I'm getting perfectionistic around age 13. So 12, 13, 14. So Angel, how old is Jeffrey now? So I think he's older than that, isn't he? But I don't know if this was a time in his life where there was something that he really strived to be perfect, or if there was someone around him that placed great importance on being perfect. And so we're going to release that, and we're going to instill in him the energy of judicious. And when I think of this combined with perfectionistic, I think of judicious as being fair and right. Oh, he's older than I thought he was. So, yeah, so you'll have to see if he remembers, was there something or someone in his life around 13? So 12, 13, 14. So let's go ahead and release perfectionistic. And we're going to replace it with judicious. Okay. Oh, and Gina made a comment. Finally healing and learning how to deal with trauma. But self-worth is, for many of us, is an issue. And especially the trauma. Because it's not just healing the trauma, it's overcoming and having stronger self-worth. So self-healing is one of the hardest things. All right, so Colette is next. Colette's got some back issues. Let's see what we can do for Colette. All right, so I just need to get an age. And then we'll get the positive emotion. It does seem to take quite a bit longer for me to do the positive emotions. But I think I really like how it really adds to the healing. Okay, Colette. So I'm getting undisciplined around age 14. So 13, 14, 15, which I think when I was that age, I was undisciplined. But I think there's something happened that gave you some regrets. So we're going to release that. And we're going to replace it with a tolerance. And so this is being tolerant to you and being human. Or if the undisciplined was because you're 14, so sometimes it's people around you. So if there was someone else that was super undisciplined and really affected you, so this is either being more tolerant of yourself or tolerant of whoever was around you around that age and being understanding and more empathetic. But especially if this was yours, understanding that you're growing and learning and maturing. So we're going to release undisciplined, and we're going to reinforce tolerant. All right, Susie. Susie is next. Susie's got some tension, left lower back and rear hip. So let's see what comes up for Susie. And then we're going to do good luck, bad luck button. And then I'm going to talk about my drawing thing. All right. So I've got my emotion. Let me just get the age. Okay. Almost there, Susie. Oh, I like this one. So I'm getting that the left back, rear hip are related. And so I'm getting the energy of embroiled. I'm getting around age 26, so 25, 26, 27. So something in there that you were in deep. And so we need to release that energy. But then when we release it, we're going to replace it with the energy of being invincible. And I love that. So let's go ahead and release embroiled. So that's released. And invincible, we're going to instill that within you. Wonderful. Okay, so that is it for the healing pulse part and the trapped emotions. I want to talk a little bit about the emotion code. So, a while ago, and I mentioned this a few weeks ago, Honey Golden had a question on her Q&A about the power of the emotion code. And she said it's not very deep, somewhat superficial. And she's exactly right. And there are things that we do here that are not just basic emotion code. I use different lists. We replace things with positive emotions. And in a private session, I do a lot of other things. I never do a session that is only emotion code in my paid sessions. The reason why I do it here is that it's quick and it can help. So if you have an interest in healing, don't really know where to start, this is a really simple thing to do. The book's a pretty good read. This is the older version. I've got a hardcover with a newer version. It's very similar, though. The author, Dr. Bradley Nelson, does a really good job talking about healing. He gives lots of examples, talks about muscle testing. He gives you the list of 60 trapped emotions and talks about different ways of releasing. So if you're new to healing and want something simple, especially learning muscle testing, this is a pretty good way to start. There are a lot of other things that this will lead you to that will make your healing even better. So just comment on that. And then we're going to do good luck, bad luck button. And so if you want to do good luck, bad luck, if you would put a 5 in the comments, I will do good luck and bad luck. And so the basic premise of this is that your good luck button should always be on, and your bad luck button should always be off. All right, so I've got Angel, and I'll put down Jeffrey. And I've got Colette. Oh, and Paul too. And it's interesting because it seems like we do this every few months. It seems like most people have, I think the awareness of this is helpful. So I know, like, if I have something bad happen to me, it makes me pause and think, crap, is my bad luck button on? And usually it is. So, Susie. Okay, so let's say I think I got most of you. There's a lot of people that have dropped, which is fine. Oh, yeah, we've already been going over an hour. All right, so Angel, Jeffrey, Colette, Paul, Mary, Susie. So if you still want to get in on this, put a 5 in the comments. And so basically, I'm going to check and see, is your good luck button on? Is your bad luck button off? Oh, there's Tug. So an example of this, usually I give an example of myself or my friend. So here's a recent one with my friend that I have given before is, so she got rear-ended, and luckily it didn't cause any damage to her car. And you know how sometimes when you get in a car accident, you're like sore for days or weeks? She wasn't sore at all. So her good luck button was on, which was why when bad things happened, it was sort of minimal, but still bad things happened. Oh, and there's Emphatha. I'll put Nick down to Emphatha. So it's always good to be aware. And I think, Tug, you had a story about your kids, I think, didn't you? About just sort of the awareness of it. Okay, so I'm going to just check everybody's good luck. And so normally we can just flip things around. But if you constantly have things flipped, then usually there's probably a reason why. Okay, so Susie, I am getting that your good luck button is not turned on. So we're going to turn it on and adjust it to attract good luck to you. All right, and now I'm going to check the bad luck. So the bad luck should be turned off. Oh, everybody has their bad luck off. So that's great. And so I turned on Susie's good luck button. So I hope things get noticeably better for you, Susie. Oh, there's Tug writing about what she does with good luck, bad luck with her kids. We do a good luck button on with a slap on the right thigh and bad luck button off, slapping on the left thigh every day in the car when we hug to leave. Oh, love that, Tug. Thank you for sharing. Let me talk a little bit about this. I talked about this a few weeks ago. So part of my private sessions is because I do these integrated holistic healing, and I have about 30, well, I think I'm up to like over 30 tools that I have the potential of using in a private session. And most private sessions, I end up using maybe 5 to 7 different tools, but every session, even with the same client, is always different. Oh, Colette. So, Colette, your good luck button is on and your bad luck was off. So, Colette, you are good. You are welcome. So, we will end the night with aura strengthening, but let me talk a little bit about an opportunity to win a short session with me. So, part of it is I am offering a short session if you would allow me to record your session on Zoom, and I will use that as an example. And so I'm giving away 3 sessions, and it's going to be about 30 minutes, and you'll bring 1 to 2 issues that you want to work on. These issues can be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, or relationship based. And we'll just do it through Zoom. And the big thing is I just wanted to put on my website and my socials. And so with this, there is no cost. So I'm starting by putting it on Facebook because I have not made a video for YouTube to do this specifically. I'm using this, what's called a random picker. And so I have a Facebook post that I have created. And so it goes in and will randomly pick someone from the comments. And you don't want to fill up the comments because then I will block it from picking you. The picker, if I tell it to only do one comment from one person, or excuse me, so you could enter 100 times and it will still only count as one and it will annoy me. So you don't want to do that. You just want to enter once. So let me paste in. Oh, crap, I can't paste it. So that was the one thing that I knew when I started today, that I was going to have technical issues because it would not let me chat. So shoot, I was going to put in. So after I close out the video for tonight, I will put it in the description. But if you go to Facebook, and I know not everybody uses Facebook, but I will also be doing this on YouTube. And then for my people that are in my private group through Facebook, or excuse me, through the newsletter, I will also have an opportunity in that. So if you want to sign up for my private newsletter, I'm bad at doing it, but for the people that have signed up, I'm going to give them an opportunity too. So I'm giving away 3 different healing sessions. And so all of my accounts, on YouTube, you found me tonight because all of you are here, Healing by Summer. On Facebook, I'm Healing by Summer. And the link is really long because it's got all that sort of garbage in it. Shoot, I was just hoping to post it. It just figures, oh, here's something I should check. Because, so Facebook didn't work, and so I can't do the link. And the comments didn't work for Facebook and YouTube for both. So here, I'm going to check for me. Is my good luck button on? It is. Fabulous. Is my bad luck button on? It is. Because my bad luck should be off. And it's not. So that's a way that I check myself, where I notice usually multiple things go wrong. And then finally I tune in and realize, oh, yes. So I'm going to just flip my bad luck button off. Okay, my bad luck is off for now. But I'll probably check tomorrow and just make sure it stayed off, because if it flips back the other way, then usually I need to look and see if there is something going on. Oh, and I hear sirens and I'm in the country. So I'm like, usually I don't hear, I just hear traffic. Ooh, there it goes. Ooh, ambulance. Oh, pray for them. All right, so let's do aura strengthening and we'll end our evening. So I really appreciate you spending your time with me tonight. Oh, and I will be here on June 1st at 7 p.m. Central. So, um, with aura strengthening, the importance of a strong aura is it helps repel negativity, and it just makes you feel so much better, especially if you know that you are empathic. Now, it can't block everything, but it makes you feel less of other people's stuff. So, with this, so you can use healing pulse energy, but I always encourage you to work with your own energies too. So, I want you to rub your hands together, and then I want you to start beaming out your energy. And imagine your aura, which could be on the other side of the room, being thicker and stronger and super protective. And just really allowing you to not feel everything negative. I like to add a hint of reflectivity so that if someone's spewing out something negative and nasty, it bounces back at least a little bit. You never want to do like a full mirror reflection, because that will cause, people to run into you, both walking and driving. So you don't want to do full reflectivity. And then also, I want you to think about, what good thing do you need? Is it unconditional love? Is it joy? Is it abundance? And I want you to imagine this bubble that you are strengthening the outer limits. I want you to imagine that the inside is totally filled up with what you need. And just send that out. And that is aura strengthening. So thank you everyone for staying. So the last couple months, I've had people who have bought me a coffee, and just know that I really appreciate that. It's been very nice. So I will be here on June 1st. I will be drawing, well, the deadline for entering the Facebook contest is going to be Tuesday night, 11:59 p.m. And I will be posting something on YouTube. So it'll be a video and it'll be just a short little thing. The main thing is it'll be a short video where you comment on, and the random picker will pick someone for me. So you are very welcome. Very cool. Energies are really shifting. In some ways, things are harder, but they're also easier too. And I think part of that is we've all been through so much. Yes, I'm going back tomorrow. So, but I'll be back in a week or so. So that's that aging parents thing. So, but very nice to see them. I just wish there wasn't wood ticks everywhere. It's like gross. That's just awful. So I hope everyone has a fabulous evening. And thank you for spending your Sunday night with me. Bye.